Greetings and happy Monday, happy moon day to you guys. So, I felt led to sit down and do just a general collective reading. So, I know it's been a while since I've actually, posted a full reading. Some of you guys may or may not know that I do have a Patreon in which I do exclusive reads over there. I do weekly general collectives, and I also do weekly love collective reads over there as well. All right, so let's tap in. I'm gonna clear the energies. Okay, get this Palo Santo going. Okay. All right, Divine Source God, what you got for this collective? I'm put the angel cards, angel numbers over here. Okay, what is the guidance? What is the message that you have for this collective, Spirit? What is the message that you have for the collective? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for your divine guidance, divine wisdom, and clarity and truth. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Alright, ooh, I like this. Now, we on a good start now, y'all. Okay, let's move the tarot real quick. So we have community. So, oh, her cake is cute. It says, celebrating you. Okay, so that could be anything. That could be a birthday. That could be a milestone. You have comparison. You also have release ritual. Okay, we are moving into eclipse. We got an eclipse going on soon this week. Full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So that is going to be significant when it comes to eclipsing and releasing things out of our lives. So that's why I got geeked up when I first saw the cards that came out. Then you got boss up at the bottom of the deck. And the top of the deck you have awakened. So, this message, it's a lot going on here. A lot. Energetically, message wise. Let's get some lights. Even though I got the sunlight on, it still looks a little ashy up in here, in my opinion. Okay, let's see what's going on. So you have a lot of nines in the comparison card. It's like, how many nines? 2, 4, 6. 6 nines there. So this has something to do maybe with comparing yourself as far as like achievements, as validation or recognition. Could be social media. This could be something that Spirit is saying that you need to release, and once you do it, celebrate you. Also, appreciate who celebrates you, because, I feel like something about community means a lot to you, and support means a lot to you. And I can't say that I blame you, because we're human, right? So I completely understand, okay? I completely understand, and I completely get it as to, maybe why, as to why you would want that community, that support, that love, okay? Could also be that you might compare yourselves to others who seemingly has that support or that community that you wish you had, I understand. I get you. I get it. In this release ritual, looks like there's a safe, like a little safe space here, looks like a tin bowl or something, maybe a metal bowl, something, maybe even like a grill or something that you could put this in. But it looks like letters. It looks like pictures, diary entries, books, journals, releasing certain things. And it doesn't have to be negative things that you're releasing. It could be like you doing like a manifestation, like a ritual where you're trying to manifest something and you're releasing it to the to the atmosphere, releasing it to source God, to your divine team, your angels, your ancestors, whomever you trust and work with spiritually. So that's part of it. But the biggest thing that I feel like is in regards to comparison, the spirit of comparison is what spirit is calling you to release. And I feel that when you start celebrating yourself, like either you start to acknowledge, recognize, appreciate more so the people that celebrate you as well, where it's a mutual thing, because it's not just about who celebrates you, but also you celebrating your loved ones as well. It's a mutual exchange between the two of you, or whomever, however many people, right? And or attracting. When you start celebrating you and rooting for you, it's a shift in the energy where you attract people that will appreciate you and see you for who you are because you celebrate and appreciate yourself. And this could be something that once you release this, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel proud. It's like unapologetically like being you and not giving a damn, being your biggest cheerleader. And I know that that could be hard sometimes. I completely understand that. I get that sometimes like it's hard to celebrate yourself when it feels like no one else is rooting for you. Okay? So let's get into the tarot and see if we can get a little bit more of a deeper or detailed context of this energy, or just maybe some more messages. I don't know, some of you guys might want to switch up your hair every now and then, do something unique, do something different. I don't know, cut your hair or dye your hair, or I don't know, shoot, do what you want to do, you know. Add a pop of color. I miss my pink hair. I've dyed my own hair pink before. Big mistake, never do it again. And I've also like had this one wig. I loved it. I dyed it myself. It was one of my favorite wigs. Y'all probably seen it. If y'all been on my channel long enough. It was like inspired by the singer Khalees. And that was my favorite wig. It was pink and I unapologetically wore it. I didn't give a damn. I love that hair so much. Let's see. There's a time where I had a color wig phase. Like I had to have a lot like color, or at least a pop of color in my hair. So after, like I said, when I dyed my hair pink, I learned my lesson never to do that again. So I just started wearing like different colored extensions or wigs, or colored wigs or colored weaves and stuff like that, because I don't know, I just had that phase, and pink was my favorite, then red, and then some blue. Let's see. Divine Spirit, what is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective? I'm getting body dysmorphia, or just like, maybe not body dysmorphia, but like, because I thought I was the only one that did this, but I seen this post on Instagram where this woman was like looking at body types and was celebrating those body types, not, you know, realizing that they had the same body type that they shamed themselves for, but celebrated in others. That's the energy that I get from this, and it may be manifested differently. It may not be a physical body thing. It could be like, you celebrate someone else kind of going, like sharing their testimony about how sometimes they compare themselves to others and how they don't always feel celebrated. Yeah, and then it's like you celebrate them like, oh, they're so brave, or oh, you know, they shouldn't feel shamed about what they're trying to do because I fully support, or I feel like it's dope. But then when it's you, when you're in that position, you shame yourself pretty hard, pretty critical, harsh on yourself. That's what I'm kind of getting. Place it how it resonates. Let's see what's up with these tarot cards. Seven of Plants, which is the Seven of Pentacles in this deck. The Four of Flags, which is the Four of, I think, Swords in this deck. The House Mother, the Empress energy. And the Nine of Flags. Yeah, Nine of Swords energy. So, this is something about progress. Some of you guys trying to make progress on your journey. As of right now, your growth, I feel like Spirit is saying there's things that you can celebrate here and now about yourself, about your life. I always like encourage this to kind of ground people when it comes to like putting it in perspective of thinking of yourself as a flower or as a plant that needs, that requires, that deserves a certain type of care and attention. So you have to think of yourself in that same light, if that makes sense, that you do require nourishment, care, attentiveness, the proper energy, environment, and atmosphere, nurturing and watering yourself. So I feel if this is hard for you to do sometimes in a practical way, channel that energy by literally buying yourself some flowers or plant. And I wouldn't suggest getting one that you don't really know how to take care of, because me, like I've said this probably in another live or something, or a reading, where I've mentioned like one of my favorite flowers is orchids. And they are not the most easy of plants or flowers to take care of, because you do have to be really careful of how, like, the atmosphere, not only just the atmosphere that they're in, but how often you water it, or you don't want to give it too much water. You know, it's a whole thing with orchids. I didn't kind of went, down the route of success, and then there's times where they just don't last that long. The little ones are easier for me to take care of, the smaller orchids. So I just stick to bamboos. I love bamboos. They're my favorite plants. So I just stick to them. They're very easy to maintenance and take care of. But it could challenge you a little bit to learn different ways to take care of your own self. There's parts of self that are easy to manage and to love and nurture and celebrate, and there are other parts of the self that's not always easy to celebrate and nurture, right? So challenge that energy a little bit, maybe through literally a plant or a flower. Now, I don't know, I get loneliness sometimes. Spirit is saying, like, sometimes you do have to, for a season, for a time, you do have to walk the path, not alone per se, but there is times where you are called to separation. At times, not isolate too much, but I just get like, you need that solitude for yourself. And when I say season, not literally like seasons like autumn, fall, summer, and all that, not literally, but like life chapters, where certain parts of your life, you will go through certain things, and every season has a purpose, right? So every season of your life holds a significant purpose. The house mother, this is a LGBT Q friendly deck. So the house mother is the Empress here, and this again, like celebrating yourself unapologetically. There's some aspect of yourself that you're not completely embracing or completely comfortable with, or you haven't come to realize this part of yourself. And this is the part of yourself that Spirit is saying to celebrate, like unapologetic, like you are that. And when you own, I'm getting something like owning the room with this energy. Embrace your fears. Embrace your fears. I do want to read this house mother card because I'm curious. I want to see what this card means. Let's see. Okay, house mother, loving, creation, and gentleness. If you're seeing the house mother come upright in your spread, this is pointing to the energy of love and fierceness and a sense of gentleness, plus a dash of spice. You may be asking for some clarity around a situation where you need to inject a little love, but a lot of honesty. The house mother is representing the caring energy necessary to nourish yourself, see? Or be nourished by someone in a way that makes you feel better and more seen, as well as nourishing others in return. That's all I was saying. That's what was coming up. Thank you, Spirit, We need that. We need that confirmation. We need the messages. Um, the house mother energy, or the house mother uses her energy to help solve problems as well as reinforce the positive qualities of her children in order to help them remember who they actually are at their core. So, this can also represent divine mother energy working through you, that compassion energy to remind yourself, go back and remember who you are, or the inner, that inner parents, like even if you've never been a parent, or you don't desire to be a parent, tapping into that little you, that little girl, that little boy inside, and giving to them and nourishing them in the way that they deserve, and maybe have not, ever experienced, that desire to experience or wanted to experience a certain level of love and care and compassion and nourishment and protection, and give that to yourself. Okay, so it says your identity, your beliefs, your spirit, and your true emotions are being called into question here. And you may need a helping of love from someone around you who functions in that motherly role in your life. You could also be called to give this energy to yourself with the pulling of this card, or to direct this part of yourself to the surface and start to operate knowing what an undeniable force of nature you are. What does it look like to honor the divine feminine energy that you possess, but are scared to bring outwardly? This message is on point, spirit. We love it. We love it. Okay, we love it here. This could mean that you have a creative baby that has yet to come to the surface. What does it look like to share that lovely creation with the world? What does that look like to you, right? Okay, so to share that part of yourself. Okay, what does that look like to share the things that you're creating and manifesting? What does that look like to you, right? Then you have the 9 of flags. You got to confront or face this fear that you have. Some of you guys, you need to go out, or you will be going out. Yeah, when you go out, treat yourself to something. Take yourself out. Hit up some friends or some family members, or a friend or a family member. Take yourself out, or go to a meetup or something where you're like, I'm going to celebrate myself. Fuck it. I'm going out. I'm going to take care of me. Or go out on an adventure for a day. Like, take a day trip, or take a Uber, take a Lyft or something, or, or take yourself somewhere. Go downtown, go to a couple of cities over, see what kind of shops they have, restaurants or bars or ice cream shop, something, do something for you. Take yourself to a thrift store. Treat yourself. Some of you guys may not like your hairstyle or something, or haircut that you recently got. You're just like, ooh, I don't like this. And maybe it's because other people, you feel like they don't like it, or they haven't said anything, so you're questioning, you're comparing. It's like a faulty sense of self. Like, you're not seeing yourself the right way, some of you. Okay, twin flame came out, protection and awaken. The twin flame energy, I feel like it's the mirror image of self. Okay, you gotta, if nobody else loves up on you and protects you ever in life, you have to give that to yourself. And I know that shit just burns a hole in somebody's head to hear that. Like, it's irritating, or burns somebody's ear hearing that, but it's true. If nobody else gives that love that you desire, you're going to stop giving it to yourself, or never give it to yourself. You have to be your biggest protector, your biggest cheerleader. You might come into some type of awareness about this energy in a beautiful way. In the beginning, it might be a little bit triggering to kind of digest or swallow. But I'm getting this at the end of this release, this purge, this release that you do, whether it's literally in a ritual or just sitting with yourself and releasing as you're called to, whatever is most relevant to you. When you do this, you're going to feel victorious. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to want to do something for yourself, or go out, or it's like a freedom. I'm getting chains breaking off of somebody. And maybe you need this for yourself. Maybe this is what's going to catapult you to give birth to something here. That until you accept yourself, Spirit is not going to allow other people to validate you. It's not that other people don't accept you or see you in a positive light. I feel like some things work sometimes where we cloak ourselves, or where we can project an energy where maybe people feel that you're not comfortable with yourself, or you're not comfortable with where you are, or they don't know what to make of you fully, or they may wish that you show up for yourself, but spirit is not going to allow the external to validate you first. You have to validate this part of yourself. If you're shedding a false mask, so some of you, it's like you may feel guided to cut something loose out of your life, people out of your life, or maybe change something about your appearance, or make a life choice to change your health in some kind of way, or maybe literally cut your hair. But you must do these things for yourself first and foremost. I'm getting shedding of the skin. Okay. Yeah, so you have angel numbers 1414, a lot of mirror numbers, 2222, 4444, and 11. Okay. So if you feel guided to or led to, take time out during the lunar eclipse to eclipse what you need to, or sit with what you need to eclipse out. You know, sit with yourself. What am I comparing myself to? Who am I comparing myself to? Or what timeline am I trying to compare myself? Like, what is really going on? Where am I not celebrating and embracing myself? Okay. It's time. It's time to celebrate you. I'm going to close this message out. I hope that this resonates and this was helpful for whomever this was meant for. Much love as always. Y'all be blessed, be safe. And until the next one, peace.